What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. We got predictions once again, yeah, I guess week 8, let's jump right into it. Starting in the AFC, we got the Jaguars and the Steelers, and I don't really know how the Steelers have, 4 wins? That's like at least 2 too many for the Steelers. They're just not a good team, but they keep getting these bad wins against division opponents and the Raiders, I guess, so, yeah, I think the Jaguars should win, but I mean, they faced off in the 2017 AFC divisional round, and that was a pretty fun game for the Jaguars, so hopefully they can do that again in Pittsburgh once again. And next up, we got the Patriots and the Dolphins division matchup. The Patriots coming off an incredible win against the Bills. I mean, the Patriots offense did something, and it wasn't like only their defense. Well, what? Nah, that's crazy though. And then the Dolphins, they got just completely stonewalled by the Eagles, except for, Tyreek Hill was too fast on one play, and, yeah, I mean, their running game stopped. Everything really stopped that night for the Dolphins, but I think they're going to pull in Eagles, just losing to the Jets. I think the Eagles, my bad, I think the Dolphins are going to come back after a tough loss and come out and win. I don't see the Patriots beating 2 powerhouses in their same division, especially back-to-back. That's kind of crazy, but honestly, if anyone was supposed to do that, it probably would be Bill Belichick. But it's not National Tight Ends Day anymore, so Mike Gesicki's going to disappear again. And yeah, I think Dolphins taking the dub. Next, we got Chiefs and the Broncos. And no matter how terrible the Broncos are, no matter how good the Chiefs are, this is going to be a competitive game. Broncos always give the Chiefs a fight. They nearly beat them last year, like twice, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not twice, but once. It was very, very close. And yeah, it's it's going to be very close, but it always seems that the Chiefs win, and I honestly would not be surprised if Broncos win. Chiefs are they're getting so many rigged games from the NFL. Yeah, they're like 5-1, but I mean, they haven't been playing the best Chiefs football that I think that they probably could be. I mean, Travis Kelce is still incredible, but I don't know, it feels lackluster in a lot of ways. And the Broncos, their division opponent, so yeah, I don't... Broncos, they could win. Now, next up, we got a game that is going on right now. I haven't been watching it because hockey was on instead out in the living room TV at dinner, so I didn't see any of it. But yeah, I'm probably going to watch it later tonight, and I don't think it's going to be competitive. It might be. It honestly might be, but I doubt it. Bill's going to want a very large measure of revenge against the, I guess, 2 Tom Brady-led teams at one point. Yeah, I think Bill's probably going to get the dub, but let's see if I'm correct later tonight. Oh boy, this should be a good one. We got CJ Stroud versus... Is Bryce Young even playing? They probably should have done this earlier in the season, just in case, because I don't know if he's playing. It might be, who do they have? Andy Dalton? Yeah, they might be, but I mean, that'd be cool to see CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. And Texans, I think they're pretty dang good for especially past few years Texans standards, and the Panthers are garbage. Honestly, Panthers, they could win this because Texans still aren't that good of a team, and the Panthers, they got to get a dub at some point, and I think it's probably going to be against a division opponent, and this isn't a division opponent, but it's still in the South, and yeah, I would not be surprised if Panthers win, but I'm expecting the Texans to win. Next up, we got the Battle of New York, home game for both teams, even though it's all going to be painted blue and white for the Giants, even though their logo is white and red. I don't understand the Giants logo at all. It's such a weird thing. But anyway, the Giants just played one of the worst games this entire season against the Commanders, 14-7. Terrible, terrible game. Giants still suck. And then the Jets, what have the Jets been up to? I don't really know what the Jets have been up to, but I don't think the Giants are going to win again. So I guess Jets should probably win. Next up, we got the Saints and the Colts. Should be an interesting one. Colts just played an incredible game. I mean, they definitely could have won, but thank God the Browns won, as I had them in my pick, and they just barely won But an incredible game, Colts. Don't beat yourself up too much about that, because that was a super good game, and for what Gardner Minshew hasn't been looking that great, I think it's definitely a pretty good statement loss, even though it was a loss. And then the not the Falcons, the Saints. Yeah, I don't really know what's happening in New Orleans. I think the Colts probably going to want to slight a bit of revenge, just to get that dub that they should have gotten last week, or at least had for until the last couple seconds. Just don't wear those disgusting uniforms again. Like, next up, we got the Titans hosting the Falcons. Falcons not looking as good as I expected to, at least last week, last couple weeks. Bijan didn't play at all. That was very interesting. But, they still won, barely, against the Buccaneers. That was a terrible game. Kyle Pitts made a cool catch. I guess Drake London went upside down, but yeah, not great. And then the Titans just traded away Kevin Byard. So, yeah, Falcons should probably be winning this one. But honestly, Titans are so weird this year that, honestly, I could see them winning at any point. And Falcons, I don't know. This is tough, actually. I'll just put the Falcons because they are, I think, the better team, especially with the loss of Kevin Byard. They didn't get Terrell Edmonds, but he's definitely not as good as Kevin Byard. So I think Falcons should be winning, but that's not, accurate, because the NFL is not exactly should, it's whatever the heck happens. So we got the Browns and the Sea Dogs. Yes, this should be such a good one. We got throwback unis for the Sea Dogs. This should be a good game to watch, at least. Maybe not on the field, but at least looking at all the uniforms, and hopefully they do like a throwback logo or something like that. Should be very cool to look at. But as game-wise, Browns just won an incredible game to watch. I absolutely enjoyed that. That was so much fun, except for the Colts uniforms. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think teams with throwback uniforms so far have been differing sums, or I guess results. So I guess this will put it to the test with the Seahawks. To beat the Rams defense, which isn't good, even though it has been performing way better than it should be. And the Browns defense is one of the best in the NFL, and I don't think the Seahawks defense is going to be able to stop it. But honestly, this would just be one of the games where the Seahawks win, so yeah, I guess just choose the Browns, and Seahawks definitely might win. Next up, we got the Battle of the Birds, and yeah, Ravens, they should definitely win. They just completely rocked the Lions. The Lions were on top of the world, and then they beat them up like 38-6, or something like that. It was bad. Jeez, how do you do that to, the Lions are not a bad team, but I guess Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are just better. And Cardinals, I think they're reverting to what our expectations before the year started were, and I don't think they're going to return at least that much to, beating the Cowboys and all of that right now, at least. I don't think so. Next up, we got the Bengals and the Niners. Ooh, interesting Super Bowl rematch. This happened twice, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Yeah, it did, because the 49ers won both times, and the Bengals lost to the Rams. Pain in Cincinnati. Yeah, that must have... Ooh-wee. But I don't know, man. 49ers, they're stumbling, and I don't know if they have Christian McCaffrey. They probably do. He's got 60 straight games with a touchdown. I don't care. They're just going to keep him out if he's on a wheelchair and just kind of push him in there to get his 17th straight game with a touchdown. They don't care. And the Bengals, I think they're on the rise. I don't exactly remember what they did last week. I think they were on bye. Jamar Chase, he's good. Joe Burrow, I think he's good. And I don't know. I don't know if I expected the Niners to drop a third straight game. But injuries definitely might be the cause of that. And I think Bengals going to get the dub here. Next up, we got the Bears and the Chargers. This is a big... skill-wise, Chargers should just roll right through with the Bears. But in actuality, it's just going to be a battle of which team is going to try to lose the game harder. This is just going to be a bad game just to watch. And, Oh man, and we got it in prime time. Oh dear God, who put the schedule? Prime time Bears Chargers. Oh boy, isn't this the second straight week we got the Chargers trying to lose against it? Oh boy, oh no. Okay, well, I don't know what I expect this time from the Chargers. I don't think they're gonna lose to the Bears, but who knows, man? Who knows? And finally, for these NFC, AFC games, we got the Lions and the Raiders. Now, the Raiders, I don't really know how they have their record. I think it represents them. Not really. I don't know, man. And the Lions, oh boy, Dan Campbell. They're gonna have to hold him back. I mean, that man, he is he is gonna be on something this game in Detroit after the Ravens game. Oh baby, all the Raiders' kneecaps are gonna be gone. They're just gonna have like, oh man, this is gonna be a dirty game, but a fun one I think for the Lions at least. And I don't see the Raiders exactly going 38-6 against the Lions in Detroit. So Lions, just please win. It's in prime time. I mean, come on, bro. And next up, we got the Eagles and the Commanders. Last time this happened this year, Eagles barely won. But I mean, now after the Eagles got all pissed off about losing to the Jets and not destroyed the Dolphins, there were some close bits, but I mean, handily defeated the Dolphins. I think they're going to keep the momentum going. It's in Washington, and I mean, last year Washington results were pretty dang good for the Eagles. And then in Philadelphia, not as great last year against the Commanders. And I think they already won in Philadelphia against the Commanders, and I think they're going to be winning once again. And, oh wait, they actually gave us another 12 o'clock game? Crap, okay. Guess all of our games in 12 o'clock are be against the Commanders, and all the other ones are just going to be 3 o'clock in prime time. Wonderful. Now, next up, we got a division matchup that at some point in history would have been an incredible matchup. You know, Brett Favre versus the Packers. Vikings, Lombardi. Did they ever play when the Vikings were good? I don't think so. Maybe. But not this year. This is going to be a bad series to watch. Vikings they got terrible over the offseason, and it's really showing. I mean, they are just painfully the Vikings to watch, and I think that sums it up pretty good. And then the Packers, they're a second-half team, and I mean, I think they can probably hold the Vikings to 16 points and then maybe come back in the second half. But this could genuinely be a tie. I wouldn't, it's going to be a division game, probably not. It's in Green Bay, so I'll just choose the Packers. That's what I've been doing for these division games, whichever home team it is. I'll just choose them because that's really all these teams got going for them. I mean, oh boy, this is going to be painful. And next up, we got the Rams and the Cowboys. Cowboys really just going through all the cities with two teams. I mean, they played the Giants and the Jets back-to-back. Now they're playing the Chargers and the Rams back-to-back. I'm pretty sure it's back-to-back, but I mean, yeah, wow, that's kind of crazy. Again, one in Dallas, one in wherever city they're in. This is going to be certainly one of the games on this lovely Sunday, October 29th at 12 o'clock p.m. GMT. Yeah, I guess it's in Dallas, and I don't really know what to say about that game. But thank you all for watching to the end. I hope you watched to the end. If you're seeing this, you did, so good job. I just got Shaquille O'Neal on my screen. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you.